Derek White with the lockdown D. Every game feels like history. Highlights, reaction, all season long. Your Celtics source with the intro song. Big takes, play-by-play and analysis. Sit back and relax, you don't want to miss.
What's up, everyone, and welcome in to your Celtics source, home of your 4-1 Boston Celtics. Moving on to round two. This was a rough series. It went
was.
it went 5 games, but for some reason, it felt like we came out of this series a little bit worse than maybe we went into it. And you know, I don't know if it's going to cause problems in the future. We don't know that yet. We have a couple days off, still waiting for the winner of the Knicks and the Pistons who play the night. So we'll see who comes out of that one. But um, what are your first thoughts on this team after going through round one?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the biggest contrast for me was how they played the Magic regular season and how the Magic played us in this series. Yeah, we won 4-1, but it sure didn't feel great.
Well, I mean, the Magic took 2 out of 3 from the Celtics in the regular season.
But it didn't feel like, I don't know. I guess I just didn't ever feel like it was that
It it
competitive.
got super chippy, and the coaches actually admitted to it. Like they're sort of they had no choice but to muck it up and make it. Um,
Yeah. I mean,
and if you saw across the league, um, you know, uh, refs were told not to call things, and it came down to some pretty unfortunate no calls and calls in certain places. Where either refs tried to stay out of it or they had to intervene and mess some things up.
yeah, I mean, give the Magic credit. They took a shot at the only chance they had to win. Play physical, take away the three. That was had to be their game plan. They did a good job of it.
I mean, the Celtics shot
Horribly.
atrocious from three until that final second half, which we'll talk about in a second. But you know, I give credit to the Celtics here and finding a way to change their offense up. You know,
Yep.
obviously you can't give tons of credit because the Magic have no offense, right?
Yeah.
They were just ice cold. But you would think that it would be the Celtics would first of all first off the Celtics found a way to get into the paint and make shots on free throws. Jayson Tatum, what a cool stat. 0 of 4 in the first game, 37 of
Yeah.
37 afterwards.
Amazing.
I mean, what a that is,
He's really
talk
again.
about just being clutch. You
He's
know,
just come. He's really gone up a gear. I mean, it's really impressive. But
you,
well, I'll tell you what I worry about. This is the number one thing I worry about. I think. I think the Magic showed you how you can beat the Celtics. If you can clamp the perimeter down and you can
mhm.
bang up guys and you throw Kristaps off his game, maybe Tatum isn't always so clutch. Like you got
Yeah,
vulnerabilities, right?
but the Magic are very similar defensively to OKC. They play
Yep.
the exact same style, but OKC has the number 3 offense on top of that,
Yeah.
where the
But
Magic are
they can
dead
score
last.
130 points a game.
Exactly.
Now, I don't think they can score 130 against the Celtics, but like
No.
still,
Um.
that's gonna be it. I would say I didn't come out of the series feeling great.
Yeah.
It felt like we have a lot of stuff to get right against the Knicks who
I think
or the
the
Pistons
Knicks,
who are gonna be
the
tough.
Knicks is going to be much easier offensively. You're going to have a harder time defending. It's going to be higher scoring games, I think, but you're going to be able to get threes up against the Knicks because that's just not the
Yeah,
style of defense
they
they
can't
play.
stop them. They
Yeah.
can't stop.
The
They're
same.
a little better at stopping that
I mean,
stuff.
this has been my take on the Knicks the whole season. The same two guys that make them elite offensively make them not so great defensively, and
Yeah.
you have to play those guys big minutes to get the offensive production, and that can hurt them.
I mean, in a shootout, the Celtics should
Yeah.
win games, right?
Um,
In general, statistically, they're gonna win games in a shootout. So
but I mean, the Knicks, right, and the Pistons, they're battling us. If we can if this goes to 7 games, that helps the Celtics anyway.
I
Possibly.
would love for the Pistons to win tonight.
I mean, the Pistons, they're they've been a good team, they found a way to, do the same thing, attack Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. Um, I do feel like the Pistons are very similar defensively to Orlando. They're gonna try and be physical and whatever, and you don't want you maybe want that. I'm sort of torn on whether I want the Knicks or the Pistons because the Knicks, right? We've beat them all 4 times this season, but you
Yeah.
do know they do have the offensive power to
I'd
take
rather
over
have the
games,
Knicks. Personally, I'd rather have the Knicks. I just feel like we know them. We know how to beat them.
right?
Brunson's a star,
I
but
I
like
just
the
worry so much
Pistons,
more about the offense in a shootout where the Celtics go cold. Against a Pistons team, if the Celtics go cold, Orlando or the Pistons are not going to,
score
skyrocket
125.
offensively,
Yeah, yeah,
but you worry that there could be blowouts, very inconsistent games for the Celtics, which is what I worry about.
yeah. Well, look, the Celtics' MO is to drop a game in every series and just screw the pooch,
Yeah. I
right?
mean, I think that game 2 loss or game 3 loss for the Celtics came down to Drew Holiday being out. Actually, he missed the last 3 games. You had to put Peyton Pritchard in, and because Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser, the two of them, right? We can talk about the bench because that's a whole nother story right now, right?
Yeah,
Those two guys, they are sit in the corner and wait for a three to come. When Orlando, their only job in this series was basically get rid of the three. That's all they did basically.
yeah,
Those two guys are obviously going to struggle every game because that's what they're used to doing. They're used to sitting in the corner and waiting for a three to come, and
yeah.
that just didn't happen.
And I think that's right. Like Drew Holiday, I don't know the status of him. Like, how bad is that hamstring? You know, is it? Is he going to play game one? Is he going to be out for half the series against the Knicks or the Pistons? Like,
Hmm.
it's.
Like
I feel like you need him on. It's interesting because I don't think he had a great season, like compared to 24.
it's
But
funny. I'll just add to this. I don't know if you were going to say this, but right, he didn't seem when he was on the court like he had a great season. But every time he was out. It feel like the Celtics needed him in those moments every
yeah,
single time. So and down the stretch, he was better, right? Him and
yeah.
Al Horford. I mean, the series Al Horford had just unbelievable. The
Are
five
you
blocks.
are
Him
you
and
a convert yet? Because I know we've had conversations about Al Horford, and
you know,
Al, if you're watching, I want to know. I always got your back, Al. I believe in
I
you.
was I
The
was joking.
youngin, though, the youngin doesn't always.
I was joking the other day saying Al Horford is more of a playoff Jimmy Butler than Jimmy Butler is himself. Obviously,
Yeah,
that's not true. I mean, Jimmy Butler's been cooking over there against the Rockets, but like Al Horford's just like
yeah. He's your
right,
pal.
it's not the box score. Joe Mazzulla said it in a interview. Like all the
Yeah,
stuff that you need a different stat line, a whole new stat line for him.
yeah. He's your pal. Playoff Al,
Playoff Al.
pal. Um, yeah. I don't know. I think I, I just don't feel great. Drew Holiday. It's interesting. I think he contributes in ways that we don't always see. I think his defense is really important. He takes pressure. Like he's a much better. Like Pritchard's become a decent defender, and so has Hauser, but they're not anything close to
Mhm.
him to Drew when he's playing top
Some
defense. And like
sometimes it's okay to sacrifice the one offensive guy for a much better
he can
defense.
still shoot. He's not like a bad shooter. It's not like he's
No,
gonna put a
he's not.
ton of skin. Like
And what happens is they put their centers on them, and then Drew Holiday just comes up and sets the screen,
yeah.
and then that's an easy roll for Tatum or whoever
The one shot I don't like from Drew Holiday is his straightaway three or
Yep,
anywhere in the top of the key. I like him 60
in the
degrees
corner.
over. Yeah,
Yep,
he's better anywhere within 30 degrees of the baseline.
where you can't see the backboard.
He tends to have a higher percentage. That's what it feels to me. I don't know if statistically
Yeah,
that's true or not.
I don't know the stats on that. It
It
does
feels
feel
that
like
way
that.
though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Um, one is right, Drew Holiday and his shooting. Another thing is the shooting that Jaylen Brown, right? He's had a subpar 3-point shooting percentage, but in these playoffs, when he's gotten the shots, he's made them. They've only been 2 or 3 a game because Orlando has not let anyone take a shot, but like he's knocked them down.
And can we acknowledge the selflessness of Jaylen Brown, of
I don't.
championship MVP of last year? He is not playing selfish basketball at all.
Well, I think he knows that he needs to save his energy and his effort for when it matters, and I think he realizes that he had his run last year. I think he realizes with his knee banged up, this has to be the time for Jayson Tatum to get his moment, and he can contribute in key moments down the stretch. But he realizes that they need Jayson Tatum
Yeah,
to make the difference in these playoffs.
yeah. And my question is, do you think Tatum can keep this up for another
I mean, he's
17 games?
or second in scoring, third in rebounds. He's like eighth or something in assists. But if he's going to average 30 points a play in every game, that's huge.
It's huge, huge.
I mean,
All right, so let's pause for our sponsor for a minute. We're sponsored by the Sports Betting Industry of America.
yeah.
Do we want to bet right now Jayson Tatum Finals MVP?
No,
Let's look at the odds.
I'm taking.
The odds.
Most people are taking the field.
You think you're picking the field against Tatum?
I mean, we can talk about the Wolves for a second. What they just did to
America's
team.
Well, America's. I mean, Ant was nasty.
Lakers in 5. Do you see what Anthony Edwards said afterwards?
What did he say?
He was chanting "Lakers in 5" up the hallway to the locker room.
All right, let's see.
Anthony Edwards, I mean, he is hysterical. Some of the things he says.
I mean,
that's why people have him as face of the league. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure. He's kind of a jerk, but
you see what Tyrese Halliburton's dad said to Giannis, or did to Giannis after their loss?
Yes, I saw that, and he said, "Well, you haven't won a championship."
Yes, well, Giannis has won a championship. He's going to ask out this summer.
Maybe that's a topic for another show. I can't find the odds here on MGM. Let's go to other sponsor bet. See if ESPN bet has it. I'm curious what Tatum, because I think Tatum I think that's a good bet.
If the Celtics win, it'll have to be Tatum.
Right now, current odds on ESPN, just so we know, number one favorite, OKC at plus 140.
Yep.
Celtics plus 195.
Yeah.
After that, Cavs are plus 500. So I think we know what the
Cavs have been the best team in the Eastern Conference so far.
Yeah, I mean the Cavs absolutely crab shacked the Heat.
And I think, I actually think the Heat they're not a team right now. Like they would not have done the same thing against the Magic. It's not like I don't think the Cavs played that well. I think they just had hot shooting and the Heat just let guys shoot. So
I think that's sort of basketball, right? The last seed, the 8th seed, whoever gets in, even with the wild card format.
They were the 10th seed.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, whoever ends up, those teams are marginal playoff teams at best. It's just because half the league.
They all have losing records.
Yeah. It's it's like getting into the playoffs.
It's only in the Eastern
10-7 record.
Only in the Eastern Conference, right? Because on that last, we'll go back for a second. The last game of the regular season, right? The Clippers and the Warriors were playing each other.
Yeah.
Right. The Clippers win to go to the 4th seed, and the Wolves drop to the 7th seed with that one game on the last season. If the Warriors win, they go to the 4th seed. They jump 6 spots based on that win or loss. And the Warriors are just destroying the Rockets, which I think most people had just because.
Are you a believer in the Warriors? You think with playoff team?
I think they're going to get. They're going to get who they play next. Oh yeah, they're going to get destroyed by the Timberwolves.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Anthony Edwards is going to absolutely annihilate them.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I would have thought that series went to 6 at least.
Well, everyone had the Lakers to win that. Right? They were the 3 seed. It's all matchup based. right?
Yeah, but I
It was
just
the big difference in that was, you know, just inexperienced coaching from JJ Redick in his first year, in the way he played guys the full second half. LeBron James and Luca.
yeah,
You also had the fact that they don't have a defensive center or an offensive center.
true. But still, you would have thought that with Luca and LeBron, and you just would have thought that they were mentally tough enough. They'd been there and done that, that they would have taken that series longer against kind of an upstart young Timberwolves team. I mean,
Yeah, but
Gobert's been
it
there,
is
but
the Wolves' third season in the with this iteration,
I know, but still.
right? Because they lost to the Nuggets in 23. The Nuggets went on to win. Then
Yeah.
they absolutely sweet demolished the Suns last year. Go all the way to 6 games against Dallas.
Yeah.
Um, you know who has to be really happy about this?
Who?
Nico Harrison.
Probably that's probably a good call. He probably is thinking right now, like, thank God they didn't go any further.
Exactly.
That's a good take.
I mean,
You know
you
who's
know
really unhappy about this?
who?
LeBron James.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing: LeBron James has a player option for like 50 million or something next year. If he wants to have a chance to win, he has to say no to that
Why?
because the Lakers have to use that money to get guys around him.
Oh, you're saying he has to stay with the Lakers but take 30 or 20 million or
Correct. He cannot pick up his 50 million that was in his contract guarantee.
Hmm.
He wants it.
Why? They can just go over the luxury tax like the Celtics do.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen the news on the Celtics?
I mean, which news?
Yeah, Shams reported apparently today.
Shams,
Yeah,
if you're watching, I'm not a fan.
yeah. That there will be off-season moves coming, which we all knew, but
I mean, there's no chance Drew Holiday stays.
I don't know about Drew Holiday. I think it might be KP. I don't know.
You're not going to move KP because Horford. You think Horford comes back?
No. Well, Horford will come back.
What?
Yeah. He's outperforming LeBron James. What are you talking about?
You think?
No, he's not.
You think
But
if he wins, if they win again, you don't think he
he will come back in a Udonis Haslam role.
maybe? I mean, he's got an
Why
incredible
wouldn't?
amount in the
Why
tank,
wouldn't he? They would let him sit on the bench for free.
like his kids. You know,
Yeah.
what team? This is a good
Oh,
question.
yeah.
What team in the NBA has more players' kids on the bench? Has the most?
The Celtics are the only team that has that like that. And Joe Mazzulla says he's liked it. You know, it's part of the culture, the
Keeps it
vibe.
light. Well, I think you should. You know, you're a kid. You should get on the bench.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if they offer you, don't say no. Just I mean, you did meet with Grossbeck, so maybe.
Yep. Well, Wick Rosbeck is on his way out.
I mean, he's still managing it, right? So, all right. So let's say
Who's paying? We'll see what happens when there's a disagreement. Who's paying the bills?
he who pays the piper calls the tune.
Yep. And I mean, Wick didn't even want to sell the team, so
Yeah. All right. So let's fast forward. I'm going to predict we're playing the Knicks. I think the Knicks are going to, even if the Pistons win tonight, I think the Knicks win the series.
it'd be so huge if the Pistons win tonight.
I mean, I would love it because it just gives guys 2 more days rest.
Oh no, I think they
No, it doesn't give them more rest, but it tires them out, I guess.
they have less rest.
Yeah, they have to play Saturday
I've
again.
already set the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to actually ask our intern staff. Intern team, can you give us the current score if that game has started? Let me just get the live.
Has it just started?
5-2 Knicks. A minute and 18 seconds into the game. So
Thank you. It's actually 5-4. You're behind.
Oh, it is 5-4. I didn't have the live update, but now we've got that corrected. And so this is going to be a tight game. I can tell right now. Right out of the gate, we got a close game.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I think the Knicks are going to win tonight, low key.
Detroit is actually a slight favorite to win.
Well, they're at home.
Detroit is a slight favorite to win.
Hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see. I think the Knicks win the series, though. What do you think?
Yeah. it'll be a sad day tomorrow on ESPN if the Knicks lose tonight. I'll tell you that.
Oh, it won't be orange and blue skies.
No, it will not be orange and blue skies.
Well, let me ask you a question, because whatever Captain Doofus says, my question is, what if we play the Knicks? What's your prediction? That's what I want to know.
You
What's
know,
your next prediction?
I'm tempted to say 6, but
Okay,
maybe 5. I don't know.
you got to make a prediction. Can't make hot takes and not make hot takes.
See, I would like it to be 5, but I think it'll
That's
be
my
6.
prediction. Celtics in 5 over the Knicks.
You think 5?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, they get.
that's my prediction. Go ahead, have
You
your
know
own
what?
top team.
You know what game? You know what series I actually think is going 7 games?
Which
Cap, uh,
Pacers,
Pacers.
Pacers Cavs.
I think that's going to go 7 games
Um,
because they have equal offenses, pretty much.
that actually will be a really great game to watch. I wonder if who do you think wins that series?
I'm taking the Cavs in 7, but the Pacers were unbelievable in that Bucks series.
Pacers are better than anticipated.
Yeah. Well, the last 50 games or so, they've been on a roll right
Yeah.
into the playoffs.
I actually feel like Pacers are going to take down the Heat, take down the Cavs.
Really?
I do. That's going to be my take.
I don't know if
I think
that's
it's
good.
going to be
I
us
don't know if
versus
that's
the
good for the
Pacers again.
Celtics.
Huh?
I don't know if that's good for the Celtics.
I feel like those teams are pretty similar. So I'm not sure I feel so strongly. But we'll see.
About which team you play?
Yeah. I mean, first, look,
Here's the thing.
let's focus right now on orange and blue skies and deal with that first.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Mhm.
Like, I actually thought, it was really good that who commented, I think Jaylen Brown said after the win, he's like, this is a big win. Like, every win is a big win. Like, we don't,
Yeah.
we don't take it for granted. Like, every win's a big win. I thought that was a good point.
Have you seen what the NBC Sports Boston broadcast has been doing?
Captain Scal.
No, like their graphics.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Okay, right. So they had after I think it was game 4, game 5. I don't remember which one, but right after the Celtics won one of them, it had like Franz Wagner 23 points, 5 rebounds, something like that. It
Yeah.
had Paul Banchero 19 points,
By the way,
seven
he's a
rebounds.
baller.
Yeah,
Banchero's a
yeah.
baller. He's going to be. He's only 22.
He doesn't have the
he's gonna
shooting that, but he's like a bigger Jaylen Brown.
I mean, and think about how those guys have developed since they were 22. Give him 3 more years, he's going to be a force.
Mm-hmm. But then, right, the last graphic they had is Contavious Cardwell Pope, and underneath, they don't have his box score. It says not enough.
Well, there's no bad blood there, is there?
I didn't know NBC Sports Boston was getting into it like that, but now they're after that Tatum incident and all the hate and whatever. They've been going at it.
Yeah, I like that. I like a little fire in the belly. Not jerk, but let's make sure they know who the reigning champs are.
Yeah. You think you made this this series physical and you like banging up the Celtics? Well, go spend some time in Cancun.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy the downtime.
Exactly.
Maybe you'll be working on different kinds of shots.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, my prediction, I'm telling it right here. Celtics in 5. Oh, Knicks win the series. I'm gonna say Knicks win tonight. And then Celtics win in 5 over the Knicks. I'm calling Pacers over the Heat in 7. And then I call Celtics over the Pacers in 6. That's my hot take.
Yeah, once if the game's over or the series over tonight, we will have a reaction this weekend.
Yes, for sure.
Reviewing round 2 whenever it is.
Yeah, so make sure you like and hit that subscribe button and tune in this weekend for the recap if the Knicks win and the preview of the upcoming series.
Facts. He said it best, guys.
All right, can I get a go C's? Let's go Celtics. Go Celtics. All right, Big Poppy out.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As he just said, it would be nice if you guys could hit that subscribe button, comment with, who you think is gonna win round 2 and your predictions for each game. I'm calling right now, Celtics in 6. You said 5. I'm saying 6. I think the Knicks can pull one out with the combination of Brunson and Cat, especially if Drew Holiday's out for a bit. But
We'll find out.
yeah,
We'll find out.
thank you
Tune
guys
in
so
to
much.
find out our hot take on the results.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, go Celtics.
Go Celtics.
It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured.